G'day, how you going? Ianapolis here, your acrylic guru. Welcome to my live stream where tonight I'm going to paint an acrylic painting on a 12 by 16 canvas. The size of the canvas will be in the description below when I'm finished editing this. And it's going to be a moon over some water and rock scenery, okay? And I'm pretty sure a lot of you beginners, if you're first starting out, it's something you can learn. And if you're already learning and you're onto it, it's going to be something you can achieve and it's going to make your people go, I like that. All right, so I've got a picture there from Pixabay. I'm going to get me craft paint ready. We don't probably need too much retarder, but I feel I'm going to need some retarder because I'm just used to using it. So I'll get some of that there. And I'll grab my putter on a brush. And I better grab a couple of blending brushes as well, just to get things blending. Now I'll mix that with my putter on a brush. That way, this is going to, I do all my skies this way. Okay, it's going to be a night sky, so I don't know why the hell I'm doing it with white. Oh well, we'll get it dark, it's okay. So this allows me acrylic paints to be able to be blended on top of this craft and retarder paint, like oil painters can get their skies. This helps me get my sky like that. So I'll just get this to at least the horizon line area first, because if I do the whole lot, things might dry on me. And I want to control when things dry. I don't want the painting to tell me when it's going to dry, okay? Now I've got it on there. I've pushed it right in there everywhere like that. This putter on a brush is great for that. It don't muck around. And then I'll go to the very tip of it right here, the very tip of it. And I'm going to stroke it left and right just like that. And it gets all the lumps out and it pushes it down to an even coat right over that canvas cloth. Now I'm painting on a canvas cloth. The better the surface you paint on, the better quality. All right, that's ready to take my sky colour. So down here I've got my phthalo blue. I want to use phthalo blue. This is a tilia. It's a flower tilia, but it's a lot better quality than that craft paint. Don't you worry about that. Oh, before we get started, I just saw the reference picture. We have a bit of yellow down there, so we want a little bit of that. Let's get some of this into the equation and some yellow ochre. Yellow oxide, yellow ochre. What do you call it? So this is just going to be in the corner there. Over here, so probably scooting along there, right across the horizon line, and I'm going to bomb it in there like that. I want it right there, bomb it right on. See, it's on there. Now I'm going to go to the tip of the brush and blend it in there like that. There we go. Now I'm going to grab the yellow ochre, yellow oxide, and we want to get a bit of this brimming in it. So from there, boom, and scoot this into that yellow like that. What? I shouldn't have pushed that yellow all the way up because I don't want that turning green. This is going to be the little glary bit. It's going to have clouds in front of there, but wipe that brush, wipe it, wipe it, wipe it. Get all the white, all the bulk out. Pull that into the yellow there like that, and then see this long hard line there? You don't want that. Just kind of distort it with the tip of the brush. The tip of the brush does blending on this. There we go. That's it. I pulled some white, I'll pull it back off. There we go. Wipe it. Now I've got to go and wash this brush. Okay, I've washed that brush, and now I'm going to grab my phthalo blue, phthalo blue. Does anyone ever have trouble when they first started painting how to pronounce a phtalo blue? Okay, so I'll get this from the top of the sky, nice and dark up there. Look at that yellow, I've gone and dingleberried it in. I want it nice and dark. What I'm going to do is probably get some white. Let's just blend that there to there. That's okay. It's going to have grey in it. Now I'll stroke that left and right, get it nice and smooth. looking a bit daytimey. Down here I've got some, I'll wipe that, I've got some dioxazine purple. There's another one that was hard for me to pronounce when I started painting. Dioxazine I was going on about with it. This will help the, shouldn't have put that there, you dag Ian. This will help get me a bit of darkness within my sky there. Boom, boom, boom. And I'm going to stroke it in like that. We've got mainly, because it's dark blue, it's night time. Stroking it, stroking it, stroking it. There we go. That's nice and dark now. I saved it. I do got to wash this now. Now what do we need? I'll grab my fan brush. Just a simple putter on a brush for some clouds. And I want to use the, before I do that though, I'll grab some of the Paynes grey. And I want to get the night colour sky in now. So the horizon's here. I'm grabbing the Paynes grey. I'll start from maybe here and just bring a band of this down into the sky like so. But if anything, I want the bottom sharp and the top blended upwards there, and bits of gaps in the body of that. Grab your blending brush. I'll keep the bottom nice and tight if I can. There we go. And I'll start blending that into the blue. There we go. Lovely. Lovelitas dogditas. There we go. I'm just blending it with the very corner of that, not hard pushing at all. I'll wipe it now because it's built up a bit. And we'll go there. Get rid of that there. Now I want to try and pull it, that's left and rightish as I go. There we go. Wipe that blending brush. Now I need some of the grey before we get started. Where can I put this? I'll put this over there. I'll just wash that brush because I'm going to use the same one. And I'll grab some of the grey. And a little bit of Paynes grey because I want it a bit darker. There we go, a bit more. Just governing the strength that I need. And this, I want to come here. I'm keeping the top. The top's what I want here, okay? I want the top. The top's what I want. Back over here. And scootering up here. Now I'll blend that. How's this brush going? Is it okay, or has it got blue in it? Yeah, it's got blue in it. I need another one. So I'll grab another blending brush. Like I said, I want to keep the top of that and pull that grey down into the yellow there. Can you see that? There we go. Blending it, keeping the top reasonable, and then pulling the bottom down over that yellow. Now I've got to get more over that yellow because that yellow isn't really showing, or isn't supposed to be showing the way it is there, especially when it's going to hit the water. So this is all dark again. That's all right, we've got pillows and pockets of it happening. Turmoil and different variants of it. There we go. And we'll get some more. just mixing up a little bit more, and we'll get some more here now. So we're pretty much joining that sky, covering that down there like that. Now wipe the brush as you go, it's picking up a lot of paint. Okay, I'm going left and right, creating turmoil within there. See, I wanted that darker bit right there. Wipe that. Now I'm going to grab the Paynes grey on its own. I'm just going to wash that brush first and squeeze it dry. I'm going to grab some of the Paynes grey, and now we want to get my horizon lines there. So right on the horizon line, I want to get some of this cloud within there now, just cracking up, but it's going to be tight against our horizon line. Little bits of it stabbing in there. See, this is very wet. The craft paint and that retarder's kept it nice and wet. I'll do just there for now so you can see what I'm doing. Got another blending brush now. Leaving the top and bringing the bottom down to the horizon line. And just dancing on it, moving it. Because the horizon line's got to be, this cloud I want really dark against the top of the horizon line. There we go, because you'll get an idea. The horizon line is going to go about there like that, you see. So it's just going to be cracking up above the horizon line. I don't need it that, I don't like wings like this, so things like that I'll try and distort as I'm blending, if I can. And a bit more. So I'll get some more going now. Just Paynes grey again. So we're going along here now. So nice and dark, big cloud, big cloud. This one can be darker in front of that one that I've blended if you want. It sets things back and forward from each other. Bottom of this cascading down with a bit of blending. So you can blend any old way. See, I'm blending like this way. I can go and use the corner tip of the brush if I want. Now this bit here, I'm going to leave a little bit of yellowy, grey, orangey colour there. I want to fix that up there a bit. Yeah, that's looking nice. Now we've just got some other dark bits around here now, scooting in, not too much though. So we'll have something from here. I'm going to cover that join on a nice, like a hook coming in, and this can be tapped, twist. It's all in the sky, this painting, I think. I saw the picture and I saw a few elements in there. Now it's becoming pretty much a whole adventure just about the sky, really, which is not bad. You get these kind of skies, I suppose. There we go. What else is in there? In the picture, we've got a nice dark one here, which is important. So this one is going to come roughly here. Nice and pointy if I can get it. And then it's going to come a bit bigger. So I'm just stamping it on. Why I stamp my cloud bodies on is because I'm not grinding them into the bottom surface, and when I come time to blend, I can control what I'm blending. Now the bottom of that is just going to be tickled very little. There we go, very little. Pull that. Oh, come on. Get your brush going in. Yeah, and then we'll get this a little bit tickled up the top there as well. There we go. And we're going to get some of this now. I'm just getting some more dark colour. And we want some more dark colour, pretty much like the high cirrus, these ones. Something like that. they're very silhouetted because the sun's gone behind them now, so it's the way it is in the picture. There you go. What's there? I can also just distort some of that there like that, and then that's it. Wipe it. Wow, what a lot of sauce for a little sky. Okay, there's our sky done. I've got my craft white right there. I've got a little bit of Indian yellow, and I want to just get me sun distorted. Not too much yellow, but I don't want it pure white either. Now I'm coming up here and I'm going to want to put it right about where they got theirs there. So, how's that look? Yes. Now what I've got to do, I'm going to wipe my finger because I don't need that anymore. I'm going to get my little scumbling brush and I want to sit that down because it's very glary in the picture. And then I'll intensify the middle. So see the hard edge, I'll start from within the body of it. Get it going, get me brush. See what's on my brush? Pretty filthy. If I just tried moving that, it would have made a big mess everywhere. So I'll wipe that. And now I'm going to distort the edge. Blur, distort and blur that edge. Just like so. There we go, look at that. Just dancing it on there. See what I did? You can do that. It's that easy. I'm going to get a little bit of white on the corner of that brush there, just like so. And let's see if we can intensify the luminosity of that. It's art. It can be... There we go. I like that. I like that. I just dried where I've got to get the water to meet. So what I've got to do now, I've got my put her on a brush, put her on a brush, put her on a brush. And I'm going to put on some paint. That's why I call it a put her on a brush, because it puts it on a. Okay, so, yeah. Doesn't need retarder in it, but it's got retarder in it. Let's get this bomb it on. We don't need too much blending in the water. All the way up to there. Get that on there like that. And now I'm going to use the tip of this brush to, where are we? Cut in the horizon line. That's what we call cutting in when we paint a house. See, like this, using the edge and it cuts in, but the paint's not there, so we'll get it there. We'll pull it along a bit more. Come on, you. There you go. Get up there. Come on. Get all the way up there like that. There we go. We've got waterline. Well, we've got a waterline, horizon line. Over the horizon line. There we go. Now we need the watercolour. Now that looks like it's going a bit downhill there, doesn't it? Probably got the odd viewer that goes, oh, I wish you would just fix that bit there up. That's what I used to notice when I was watching people learn how to paint you. And I know those aspects, and that's why I bring them to people's attention myself. Sometimes I deliberately do that so as I can attend it and make you feel better. And you would also know the same principle. Some painters, I've done it, they put paint on their brush, they're painting away, but nothing's coming off, they're not progressing anywhere. And you're like, what are you doing? Get on with it. Well, that's how I feel anyway. So here we go, we've got the straight level water, and we're going to get the colours in there now. So I want the, I want the grey. So I'm going to use the grey over here. We've got the grey and grey, and what's does grey and to phthalo blue look like? Nah, it's too vivid, too vivid. I want to get the grey and the, so here's me grey. I better wipe that first. Look at all the nonsense in there, oh, we don't want any nonsense on the canvas. You want the nonsense anywhere else but the canvas. So, grey. Still got some of that Paynes grey there. It pains me to pick that stuff up, but I'm going to pick up a bit more just because I need to for the procedure. Look how honey syrupy that is to get this grey going, the flavour that I want. All right, this is ready to load into our water. That's wet. Is there any land out there in the reference picture? Oh, there's a itty bitty, insy bitty witty bit out there, so I might be able to get away with putting something on that horizon line if I need be. I'm going to stamp the depth of it there. Now, I edited a video the other day and I said these weird stuff about, even forget what it is, but it was a bloody beauty. Where are we? We want mainly dark now. So what I do now to get darker aspects in my water, a lot of you have seen it, but those people that are new here, I get this putter on a brush and I stamp. See, I'm stamping darker aspects of it all there now. Right against the horizon line there. And you can radiate this. Oh, mid-band radiation, that's it. I made up this stupid word. I was editing a movie and I realised what I said in there. Well, we'll put some mid-band radiation in it. So that's what I'm calling this stuff here. You've seen me do it in videos before. It's just mid-band radiation. It's in the middle, it's a band and it radiates through the water. So hence why I call it a mid-band radiation. All right, see, it looks a bit iffity-affity, but then you come along with your charisma and your artistic license and you just pull the living buggery right out of it, right across the water there like that. A little bit more. There we go. And I feel I need a bit more here. I'll try some dioxazine purple. Would that help it or hinder it? Yeah, that might be all right. Yeah, that'll be dark. Bit of mid-band radiation right about there. And maybe a little bit out here. Okay. Pull it into the middle and see what that does. Simple. I need, where's that Paynes grey, sorry. I do got to get the top darker because it's not doing the business properly when it's not dark enough. So just let me get this dark band of radiated paint procedure happening here. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Lovely. Lovelitus. Beautiful. Now I will grab my finger and we need the magic piece of paint that we had for our moon object in the sky. Whether it's the sun or the moon, doesn't matter, it's a painting, it's not a photograph. Okay, and we'll put some of this in there like that. Now we don't want it too caramelly, but I want it white caramelly. That's the colour I'm going for. Okay, it's very thin. Moons high and moons low have different reflections in the water. Have a look at them, look at photos and get used to knowing the way they are, okay? Now, pretty much in a straight line from there, we're going to go from there. And I was going to use the pouncer, but obviously I'm using my finger. That paint's really wet. So I'm just, where are we? Come on, come a little bit wider. There we go, there we go. If anything, it's in a teardrop, okay? Now I'm going to I'll just grab another brush and I'll waterfy that. Clouds are difficult for me as well, says Ray. Practice. Okay, hang on, I'll let that Okay, now I want to waterfy that. What I mean by waterfy is make it look like it's watery. Look how crooked I did that, eh? Do it straight. So what I'm going to do is wipe that. Lightly does it. Come all the way across here like that. Go the other way. Boom-bitty boom. Boom. That's okay. You can get away with it being wiggly waggly because we're also going to shimmerify that. So what we will do to shimmer it, how long have I been going for? 39 minutes. I'm going to get some water right next to that paint. The paint you want to shimmer, get a flat toothbrush. It's important to use a flat toothbrush. See how it's flat along here? Okay, nice and flat. It's not convexed or concaved. Concaved is bowing in, convex is out. X for exit, out. That's how you can remember that. Now I'm just going to get a little bit of this shimmery, not too much, mainly in the foreground. Pull your finger back if you're wearing gloves, but if you're not, doesn't matter. From about here and then there we go. Easy does it, Tiger. Easy, easy. There we go. Look at that. I've done this in quite a few paintings. It's fascinating because since I started doing this, I noticed a lot of other people doing it. I mean, not flicking. I've always seen it done for stars, but I've never seen it used for shimmer on the water. And I started doing it quite a while back, and it was quite interesting to see other people take suit of it. There you go. Look at that. I nearly turned the camera off. Thought I was filming. All right, we're getting there. We are getting there. Now I've got to dry it. Hang on. Now I've got to dry that. We've got to put a couple of rocks in them, and a few of these rocks are going to be big buggers. So now I want to show you something about rocks. When things are far away, I've said it before, they're looking like that. But as these rocks closer up are coming, you don't want to do them like that. You want to be starting to see the tops of them. Because as you get closer to things, you can virtually look down and look at your feet. That's why you see the top of things when they're close up. And the further away it is, the more it goes way out there to the distance. And this is always your eye level, unless you're in a helicopter or standing on a bloody ladder. All right, so I'll draw, as an example, some of those rocks. So in the picture there, instead of doing a rock like that and then flat across, no, these are a bit closer now. So there you can start putting a bit of shape around them. Bit of dimension, okay? If I was to do a rock all the way out there, it can be flat. So that's the water there. And we'll probably put another one there. Just some rocks there. Now I'm just going to paint them in. I don't want to sit there all night boring the buggery out of you. So just doing it in pencil when I've got to paint it anyway. Or now I'm just looking for, here we go. I want a dark colour, so I'll probably just grab the black. Where we got here? We got some, I'll grab the dioxazine purple as well, make use of that. Why not? Waste not, want not. There we go, some of that. Get some of the black there like that. Now, mix up the black and dioxazine. We got enough there. I've got some hydrated water over here. See that there? That's hydrated water. If you want any of that water, you just message me and I'll fill you in on how to get some of that going in your pot. Now, I'm just going to use this to block in me rocks, okay? So we'll get these little buggers out here first. Just the top of them, nice, dark, sharp. And get the bottom of it a bit panned out instead of being flat, okay? This brush is a very expensive one and it's knackered. It's had its day, I reckon. Now see how I've done the base of that around the water? It's coming around at you because we're starting to see the top bit of it. It's closer to us. So I'll paint reflections on the top of that rock as well. I'm not going to paint that rock like it's a flat cardboard cutout of a rock, if you know what I mean. We could probably put one about here. So they're pretty much like that. There we go. I don't want too much paint on it. This is live, so I don't have the opportunity to turn the camera off. Now we'll get something, see this band here? I'm going to be making that in the middle. Make the top whatever, but so long as you bring the base of it around in perspective with the painting. There we go. And then once I've done this, I can get some real big ones and start going to town on it. That one there. So that can kind of just fade in there like so. Now you watch a tutorial of mine once or even a few times and just see why I've done something and how it turned out, so you'll know when you're doing it how you're going to approach it. Then we can just put some big stuff here as well. Now I still don't want this one to look like a flat cardboard cutout, even though I can't see the bottom, so I've got to make up that perspective on it within the top shadow of it. You got me? So all these rocks that I'm doing are just going to be darkly painted. Get out there, yeah. I want that nice and tight, not broken up. Okay, where else are we? Now we're going to come across, we just got something right here, bang, keep your rocks. There we go, I'll bring that one there. Oh, I buggered that up there, so I better go there. That one's there, that one is there. I need more paint, so I'll grab some more black and a bit more dioxazine purple, even phthalo blue down there. Where else are we? We got one, let's say about here, a real big one about here. This is going to allow different perspectives within our paint, and that one's there. And we got another one here, bang. He's there. Well, I'm doing it there, so when I highlight it, I'll know where they are, okay? I'm kind of in my mind cheating. That's what I'm thinking in my mind, but I'm not in Carolina. Okay, we got it. I've said that in a few videos. I wonder if anyone's cotton onto what I'm saying there. And now we've got some more big ones, like right here, big one right here, bang, bang. There's a big one coming right up to there about, just to fill that in. This is one big one again. Once these are highlighted, it's just going to add that bullshit factor to the painting, and it's going to make that people, when they look at it on your wall, they're going to go, bullshit, did you paint that? See these ones? They're looking like they're sitting there. They're not flat and sideways and ibbly-obbly sort of thing. We can have one about here, jutting up. I don't know if this brush is the right one I'll use or not, but I just grab any brush that I feel a beginner might try and use or would have. I don't have anything overly expensive or crazy far out different than what a beginner would normally have, because I want to try and paint a way a beginner would paint. And then we just got one right at the background here. G'day, Bernard. Now my horizon line's a bit low. That rock in the picture went over the horizon line. I mean, my horizon line's a bit high, but if I try and go up there, I'm gonna bugger it. And we just got a big, massive rock right here, bang, right in front of all that. So now we'll get all this painted in, and then I'm going to have fun highlighting all this and bringing the bullshit factor to the painting and giving it some really good wow factors, okay? So we'll get all there. And this is just simple, easy beginner's painting, but on the same token, it's effective. It's got luster and loveliness and gorgeousness about it, you know? All right, now that's dry. I need a smaller brush. I'm just looking in my brush area. And where's this one here that Miss Greer got me? There we go. Now, I want to grab this colour again. See, just these ones here, I just want to subtly put them underwater there a little bit, just a little bit. So where's the colour there? We got white. Okay, is that the good white there? Yes. And we'll grab some of that colour. No, that looks grey. Where'd the purple go? Oh, golly, I need more white now. I overdone it, Ray. So I'm just grabbing some, it's pretty much blue, isn't it? There we go, grey blue. So I'm just mixing up some of that. And now we'll get some of the black, mixing it up. And I just want to, hopefully, I'll see how this works. If it doesn't work out, I won't do it. I'll roll that off my brush. I don't want a ton on my brush. I'm only going down the road. I don't need a full tank. Right, so I'll grab my putter on a stick. I mean, not my putter on a stick, my leaner on a stick. Now I want to grab this and come from the rock. Come from the rock. Wipe the buggery out of that. And then blur that down into the water. Like it's the shadow of that rock, okay? Just blur it down like that. Just blur it down, blur it down, blur it down. Blurry, it's gone blurry. There we go. Once we put the water line there, it'll all happen. So we're going to do the same. Come within the rock and then blurify it. Wipe the living buggery out of that and scrumble that down into some blurriness. It's water reflection, so it doesn't matter. These little facets are good to do in paintings. Look at a picture you want to paint and find shadows within it and get them shadows in, and you'll see the difference that it does to your art. You'll be absolutely amazed. I'm just grabbing some more dioxazine to hide that. There we go. So I've because it was dry, I've faded it down. See what I did there? I've got to say, I impressed myself there because I really wasn't sure if that was going to work or not. And this one here, so into the rock, start in the rock. And blend him down into the water, like that. And now scrumble it. See how it's getting too light in the rock? I'll pick up some of the rock colour and just merge them back subtly but effectively. Oh, come on, where are you, you stupid dioxazine? Hang on, I've got to get more dioxazine. Just don't have enough there. There we go. There we go. Get rid of all that. I've got a big blob of light paint on the brush. There. Okay. Those ones, in here, got their reflections in the water now, which is great. You'll see what that does when we get to it. Put that brush down like a gentleman and grab another brush just to put rocks in front and behind. So what have they got? They've got sort of, I've got to work out what brush I'm going to use. I'll try my filbert. It's a hog bristle filbert. Now I'm going to get the, where'd it go? There it is. Dioxazine purple. Oh, the paints, I've got crap everywhere, but that's all right, it's art. We've got dioxazine purple. I will get a bit of rain happening. There we go. And a little bit of black and a little bit of blue. Where's our blue? Here we go. I'm just looking at the rocks, and in the picture I can see bits of black and blue. These are the colours I can see. So I want this, hang on a minute, we need the white as well. So we'll go a little bit of white in this. Watch, this is the purple. This is the darker colour. So I'm getting a bit of this mixed, okay? Don't want it too loud, too white, too bright. It'll look cartoony. Now, this has light, scratchy boo all the way up here. But where the water line is, don't go into the water, okay? So I'm going to kind of create the side and the top of the rock with this. Where are we? About there. This can be all scratchy. Can you see that? Okay. So this is dioxazine purple with a little bit of white. And we're probably going to have, I will break this up with some blues, but at the moment I'm going to use this colour first. We've got a lot of this on the top of there. Radiating there. And this one here. So this rock here is getting created. Well, obviously I'm painting it so it's getting created, but yeah, you know what I mean. So there. Get a little bit more white in there. And now this rock is going, hang on, where's this one? This one is kind of, so the top of this is going to sit that darker bit of that one behind it back. And I just want to scratch and fossilate the brush around here. What fossilate means is, you know how fossils are found in rocks? Well, I'm using the brush on the rock in a fossilating motion. Did anyone believe that BS? Okay, and then we're going to come a bit of light there, maybe not too much. And now this is the edge of this rock and the top. Creating the top. And there. When we get other colours in this, you will see things happen. This one's going to put him back right across the top there. Right across the top there. I've just got to look in my monitor. It's working. It's working very slowly but surely. Now I need a bit more brighter. I'm just adding some more white to get, where are we? I'm just pretty much creating the roundness of the rock. There, up there, boom, boom, boom. This one's a lot brighter there. It's going to have whites in here as well, so bear with it. The fossilizer, what did I say? Fossilate the brush strokes I was doing. Okay, and we've got another one kind of here. Those purples were a little bit on the Ethiopian side. I don't like, see that line there? Get rid of that. Nature doesn't have any lines. Get rid of it. That's going to have another paler, what do you call it? White. Now this one's a little bit dark. He's always got a little bit of probably white scooting around there, not too much. Can you see that one? Yes. And this one's going to come right in front of it now. Bang, right over there. No lines in nature. There's the corner of it. Breaking down, coming across, right across there like that. Boom. I need a little bit of water there, a little bit of hydrated water, not too much. Hopefully I can get this done soon. There we go. This is the top half of this rock. Get rid of any lines. Boom, 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 boom. This is a big rock. It's right in the front there. You can see all over it. Probably crabs and penguins and all sorts of stuff hanging down there. Now we've got that colour there. We're going to get some different, the bluey colours now. You see how that's happened? I do love those rocks. Yeah, they're not bad. I don't mind them either there, Marion. Now I'm grabbing the phthalo blue with a bit of white in it to get the blue shadowy tinge on some of these. How's that looking? Good or stupid? Too wet. When the paint's wet, you can't scrumble it as well in acrylics. So try not to... have your paints too wet if you can help it. We've got a lot of darker colour here. Pretty much where the darks are. This one can kind of... This one's quite bright along here, so I'll brighten that up when I do the whites. That's okay. That's okay, that's okay. This one's got a bit of... Just a bit of blue there, bit of blue there. Just scrumble it around. Get off the brush here, I want dioxazine there. That's why I'm using this hog bristle. It can handle a scrumbling. Where are we? Get rid of all that. Now I'm going to highlight it. Okay, see how they... it's quite tempting to do them in a brighter colour, but when you do, you just turn it into snot. Now we'll just grab the pretty much the purple with more white in it. And I just want to... but still scratching it and blending it and giving it a nature-fied kind of, what do you call it? You know, rocks have lots of little scallops and pivots on them. That's what I'm doing here right now. The light from that moonlight is hitting those scallops right mainly about there. And a nice hard edge of light there. And then it's cascading down this edge here. Now I want to look in there and just see how great I did that. Okay, that'll do. It can kind of radiate out here. So it'd be good if I can just turn the camera off and detail all this, but I don't think you people are like that if I did that. Boom. Get this all the way down there. And you just frig digging around here and it pretty much takes care of itself. Where else are we? You don't want these bits here too bright. Let's get a bit of light over there. Yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. That'll do. That's all right. Now this one has a lot of light right on this edge and fossolating back into the rock, fossolating back, fossilate it. Don't mind the words I use in my tutorials because I just make up words all the time, and if they sound good I think they mean something, but 9 times out of 10 I forget a lot of them as well. Only the common ones I remember. Get rid of that line there, a little bit of light on there. How they look, and we can keep going with them until the cows come home. But what we need to do now is grab a flat brush, flat coffee, bloody big smile, and a little bit of time, and we can finish this little baby off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a flat. Look at me flats, they're just something like a beginner would use, eh? I'll get some of that water, and I want to grab some of my glaze. Oh, me knee, me leg, something's going wrong with me leg. I'm bending over all the time. Oh yeah, that don't look too bad. This painting will be for sale along with all my other tutorials. Message me on Facebook if you ever want to purchase one of my paintings. Now the water's pretty much, I will go a little bit of that. No, we shouldn't have used that colour. What colour's the water? The water is sort of like that blue. Here it is here. So what we need is that colour. But see how much paint I got on the brush? I got bugger all. I got about as much as my ex-wife gave me when I separated with her. How's that? Bugger. I shouldn't say that, that's sexist. No, my ex-wife's a nice person. Okay, so that's too much. Glaze liquid. What I'm going to have to do now, where am I? Here, I'll go over here. So pretty much if you do that and you go, oh, Ian, done it too much, what do? Just leave what's in your brush and dobulate that into the next amount of glaze. And that way your dobulation is less currency than that dobulation there. Second dobulation is always less currency. God, I can talk crap, can't I? Now, over here, we'll grab our leaner on a stick. Now, instead of doing white knife marks over your water, I like doing this with the glaze. This water is going to come around that rock, okay? Boom. I've got to look in the monitor and see if this is working. And it just kind of puts the water there. Here, this one here. Boom. And we can sink the rest of those shadows down as well. Oh, what's happening there? You've got to be careful with glaze, because if you dig it too much, it can rip the living buggery out of your painting. I've done that before. See, so what I'm going to do is there, sink that down with the glaze, and it just makes that water like it's got a film on it. There we go. Just to the line of that rock, no higher than the rock there, like that. And then you've just put a film on it. Okay, did that work? Probably a little bit in here, there's a little bit of water showing there. Now what we can do, if you want to get brave, artistic, and that's what you need to do when you paint, is get brave with your stuff. I've just got some white there now. We really want to work that white down. Let's grab a bit more glaze. No, need more glaze. So glaze, yeah. So it's pretty much a little bit of blue and white, but just a little bit of that on your brush, and that glaze is going to be pretty much your white. And I'll just show you what we do here. If you want, I'll grab the bullshit stick. This is just for an example's sake. Let's put a line there. Another one here. Down a bit lower, up a bit higher. These are instead of big, thick, knifed-on blobs of white paint. They're all right when you learn, but my goodness, you don't want to be painting cartoons all your life, do you? You want to be able to up the ante, and that's what a lot of my tutorials are about. Some of them are basic, dead easy and simple, and some of them are upping the ante, but that's pretty much what the glaze does. Does it show, or is it barely showing that? Oh, you get an idea, because you know how the wind hits the water. Sometimes I'll just try it, I don't know, let's say here, you get a band of ripples. Oh, I should have kept my stick. In the water. It's just the wind hitting them. All right, I'll just autograph this, so be sure to check out the links in the description below. Share, like and subscribe if it's your first time here. And I want to thank all my patrons who support my content every month. Very much appreciated. All patrons get early access to what is coming out in my edited tutorials. And like I said, message me if you want to purchase the blending brushes that I use, if you want to blend like me. They're $45 US, includes all shipping and handling to anywhere you live in the world, anywhere. Let's whack a frame on that and see how she looks. There you go, that ain't too shabby, is it? We've got some rocks under the moonlight, and we've got the sky happening just the way it is, okay? And that's quite achievable, and that's something that'll be a lot of fun and different to do, and I know you can do it. All right, thanks for watching. I had a lot of fun doing that, and I reckon it looks damn good in that frame, don't you think so? And if you do think so, well, you make sure you tell your friends. But if you don't like what I'm doing, you tell everybody, all right? Goodbye, good luck, and good on you.